guys, welcome back to another episode of SautéAtSight. I'm Malini here and I'm back with a fresh new recipe. Well, biryani is everyone's favorite, but mutton biryani holds a special place in everyone's hearts. Well, I'm going to be showing you how to prepare an easy and simple mutton biryani that requires such minimum ingredients and is so flavorful. And the mutton is so melt in the mouth that is simply irresistible. So without wasting any further time, let's get started, guys. So to prepare the mutton biryani, I've taken 500 grams of mutton. So I like to keep my pieces with a little bit of fat so it gets a nice soft texture when it is being cooked, and it's like melt in the mouth when you're eating it. So now to the mutton, I'll be adding half a cup of yogurt. Then I'll be adding some ginger garlic paste. So now I'll be adding some powdered spices like Kashmiri chili powder, some biryani masala, some turmeric powder and coriander powder. Let's add this. Then I'll be adding some fried onions and some chopped coriander and mint leaves. I'm going to mix this really well. You can use a spoon as well, but I think hands work better in this case. I'm going to mix all of so that the masala mixes well and coats the mutton pieces also. So this is a very basic and simple mutton biryani recipe which requires very basic masalas and can be easily made by anyone. I mixed it really well and the masala has coated the mutton pieces. So now I'm going to let this rest and let it marinate for about at least 2 hours before I make the biryani. So I washed some basmati rice and soaked it for 20 minutes. And now I'm going to add this in the big vessel. This I'll be adding some water. Now I'll add in a tablespoon of ghee. Ghee will give a nice flavor for your rice as it's been boiled. And now to this I'll be adding some whole spices. I mentioned all the ingredients at the start of the video and also in the description below, so you can check it out. Now I'm going to add in some salt. Give it a nice mix. Now I'm going to keep this on the gas and let it cook until it is parboiled. I do not want it to cook it completely, so I'm going to let it cook until it's 3/4 done. So as you can see, the rice is continuing to boil. I'll cook it until it is parboiled. My rice is 3/4 done. It's parboiled. Do not overcook it. Now I'm going to proceed to drain this off completely. Now in a pressure cooker, I will add a mixture of ghee and oil. Now let's add in some sliced onions. I'm going to saute the onions until they turn nice golden brown. Onions have turned translucent. I'll continue sauteing this. The onions have started to turn golden brown, as you can see. To this I'll be adding some chopped green chilies and some chopped tomato. I'll continue cooking this until the tomatoes turn nice and mushy. The tomatoes have softened. Now let's add in some yogurt and a tablespoon of biryani masala. Now I'll continue sauteing this. Saute this for a couple of minutes.
until the oil leaves the sides of the masala. As you can see, the oil is leaving the sides. Now it's time to add in the mutton pieces. Now let's saute the mutton pieces for 4 to 5 minutes. So it's been 5 minutes and I've roasted the mutton well with the spices. Now to this I'll be adding 3/4 cup of water, salt as per taste. I'll give this a nice stir. And now I'm going to cover and let this cook for 5 whistles until the mutton is almost done. My mutton is now boiled, as you can see. Looks lovely, but I have a little bit extra liquid, as you have noticed. And now I'm going to switch on the flame. I'm going to reduce the water content in this so that it becomes a little more thick. So as you can see, the mutton is boiling and I kept it on a high flame. I'm stirring it as well occasionally, so I get the right consistency for the gravy for the biryani. So as you can see, I've reduced the water content considerably. And now to this I'll be adding some lemon juice. So the reason I'm adding the lemon juice later is because if you add it at the start and when you're cooking it, lemon juice will eventually turn bitter. So to avoid that, you add it towards the when the mutton is perfectly cooked and done. And now I will proceed to make the colored rice. So I've taken some kesar and added it in some warm milk. Here is some orange edible color and here is green. So I'll be adding the parboiled rice to give it a nice colorful twist. And I'll be just adding a little bit in each. Let's add some in the yellow, some in the green and some in the orange. And now I'm going to proceed to layer the biryani. So to layer the biryani, let's add in first some curry down. So actually I'm just going to give it a little bit of dum because I've almost cooked the meat and everything. So just for that extra flavor. Now I'll add in a layer of rice. Just spread it out. Now I'll be adding some ghee, some fried onions, some chopped coriander and mint. Adding the second layer of meat and the curry. Try to press down on the mutton pieces so that it is even and will be better for you to layer the next. Let's add in some rice. Try to flatten it. Let's add in some ghee. Now I'll be adding the colored rice. Now this looks like an Indian. Let's add in the yellow. Now it's time to add in my favorite fried onions. You can also add cashews and raisins, but I like to keep it simple. So I'm just adding onions, and then I'm going to garnish it with some coriander leaves and mint leaves. There you go. So this is done. I'm going to use a foil. Try to crumple the sides to make it into like a cylindrical shape. And now I'm going to cover this. Try to leave a little bit of gap in between so that you can put your lid easily. There goes my lid. Try to press it down so that it seals it completely. And here I'm done. Now I'm going to put this on the gas and let it cook for 20 to 25 minutes on a low flame. So you do not actually really need to cook it because the things are already done, but the rice needs to be further cooked. So only for that you need to steam it for 20 minutes until it's done. Keep your gas on very low, the lowest possible. This will ensure it doesn't hurt from the bottom or burn. So keep these steps in mind. So now let's proceed to dum the biryani. So it's been almost 25 minutes and I've switched off the flame. I'll let the biryani rest for another 10 minutes before I open and check it. It's almost 10 minutes. Let's have a look at the biryani. The biryani looks absolutely delicious. Now we'll have a look at the biryani. As you can see, it's so beautiful. Just take care that you do not break the rice as it's still hot. Now you can serve this biryani with some raita and it's now ready to be eaten. So enjoy, guys.
So I hope you'll enjoy watching the video, guys. Do give this mutton biryani recipe a try. Let me know in the comment section how it turned out. You can also like, share and subscribe to our channel, and also follow us on Facebook and Instagram and show us your love. We'll see you next time, guys.